I wish New York City's had the same balls as LA. New York City is currently under the control of a criminal who had a quid pro quo with the Turkish government and was investigated by the DOJ for said quid pro quo, and then ironically set up a separate quid pro quo arrangement with the Trump administration in order to allow all right, let's just blast off, dude, because there's so much to talk about. Recapping day 2 of ICE protests versus media narratives. Trump wants more militant response. Updates on Israel's campaign and more. Get in now. Do I take it to the streets again? Potentially. I haven't decided yet, because I don't know what kind of actions are happening, but ICE raids are still ongoing, so we'll see. Did you see the right has synchronized tweets about banning third world immigration? I know. Hold on. Does anyone have a Blastoff or no? HasanAbi. Okay, I like this. All right, I'll just use that. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Saturday, I'll definitely go out to the No Kings one for sure. Did you see DSA LA is organizing something at 5? I did not see that, but let's just blast off real quick. Recapping day 2 ICE protests versus media narratives. ICE is taking farm workers in the fields in Oxnard and Santa Maria now. Yeah, they've yet to do like mass sweeps in the same way that they started doing in Los Angeles in like red states. I wonder what the response in red states is going to look like. I'm feeling like the red state response is also going to be as vicious, if not more vicious. I remember reading about the history of the Bracero program and the mass remigration of Mexican nationals and Mexican migrant workers and even Americans of Mexican descent, something that the Trump administration has basically pointed to as a positive. I remember that invoking a tremendous negative response from places like Texas back in the day, when all of the Texans themselves were hunting rangers with guns because they were deporting their ranch hands and their their migrant workers and their friends and their neighbors. So back then, they would literally disrupt federal agents and federal agents trying to engage in mass deportation violently. And it was the hogs that were doing that. The hogs that had the guns that were doing that. They would roll around town in pickup trucks looking for rangers. So that's the type of history this country had. No, before you say hands off my slaves, that's not it. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. There is a long history pre so much propaganda. There is a long history of like even right-wingers hating the cops in this country for a multitude of different reasons, right? I wish New York City's had the same balls as LA. New York City is currently under the control of a criminal who had a quid pro quo with the Turkish government and was investigated by the DOJ for said quid pro quo, and then ironically set up a separate quid pro quo arrangement with the Trump administration in order to allow ICE to do whatever it wants to in the state against state laws, mind you, because New York also sanctuary state, New York City also a sanctuary city. Greta was not kidnap law. Yeah, you're right, dude. That's totally when a foreign nation, let's say you have a British-owned, British-sailed boat, okay, that's sailing from Italy to Gaza, and you're off the, even if you're not going to Gaza, let's say you're off the coast of England, okay, or off the coast of Egypt, okay, and then this completely separate, insane foreign nation just comes in, dumps paint all over your boat, and then violently apprehends you. What would that be considered? That would be called kidnapping, or at least taking hostage, right? Like people that lost their minds over the Houthis enforcing a blockade, okay, have no issue with what Israel did. No issue whatsoever. They're literally actually celebrating what Israel did, which at least I appreciate that, because like When I say what the Houthis were doing in terms of enforcing a blockade on the Red Sea was the correct thing to do, like I'm letting my position be known. I am putting my foot down and saying this is my moral boundary. Okay, what Israel is doing is unconscionable, and nations that are trying to stop what Israel's doing are on the right side, and history will vindicate them. That's what I'm saying. You, on the other hand, are saying, even though you are incredibly cowardly and you don't want to say it openly, you're basically saying all of the nations that are trying to stop Israel are bad, and what Israel is doing is right and good and awesome. It's not kidnapping law. You have no issue using that language when you're talking about Hamas. You have no issue using that language when you're talking about Ansar Allah. But seemingly, when Israel does the exact same thing at the behest of violence and the continuation of violence, because like Israel is not enforcing this blockade because other people are going to come in and be dangerous and scary to Israel. No, Israel's enforcing this blockade so they can continue the starvation. Okay, like you have to also remember why people are doing this, why countries are doing this. Like when the Houthis enforce a blockade, it is to stop Israel. It is to render some sort of penalty to Israel for the crime of genocide. When Israel is enforcing a blockade, it is to stop humanitarian aid from going into Gaza. So not only is it the same action, but it's also on top of that, one is in the direction of good, a greater good. The other is in the direction of evil and the continuation of evil. So make no mistake, I will not let you get away with saying some dumb shit like that in this chat, okay? Don't try to hit me with this like, double standards much. Yes, Hasan, watch this video. Stop spamming this, please. Jesus Christ, chatter. Sure, we'll watch it. I think our societal treatment of police has never really recovered from the massive crime increase in the 70s and 80s. Even as it's fallen off dramatically across the board, we still treat cops with such reverence in post 9/11 culture. Yes, we do. We have tremendous respect for the police. Policing as an institution is like one of the most popular institutions. It's like incredible. It's very, very frustrating. Yeah, Zoran is only 2 points behind Andrew Cuomo. We'll obviously talk about that as well. Do you think the parade Saturday will make things worse? I will be going to the No King rally to see how the liberals get down because I want to see. They'll probably have mass mobilization for sure. Liberals are going to be mass mobilizing in spectacular fashion in ways that you never even saw, ways that you never even heard of. And that's ultimately not a bad thing. But yeah, here is the National Lawyers Guild, the wonderful people, some of which were HasanAbi heads that we saw yesterday with the funny hats, with the cool fluorescent hats. Here's an announcement from them. Okay. National Lawyers Guild's Know Your Rights reminder.
Talking.
It's lovely talking to you as always.
Oh, hello.
We were just talking about you kids.
I'm Denise Heberly.
And I'm Bill Goodman.
Together, we've been fighting fascism for over 50 years.
And so much has changed over those 50 years, such as the ingredients to a successful firebomb.
And the glass that bank windows are made of.
But there's one thing that hasn't changed over 50 years, something that is so important to tell you kids who are new to this movement.
Shut the fuck up. You're sitting in the police transport van after a protest?
Shut the fuck up. In a holding cell with your comrades?
Shut the fuck up. Cop knocks on your door?
Shut the fuck up.
Texting on an unsecured device?
Shut the fuck up. Pulled over by the cops after a protest?
Shut the fuck up. Cop just asking about your day?
Shut the fuck up. Feds, call your mom?
Tell your mother to shut the fuck up.
Now, repeat after me. When the cops come calling, what do you do?
Shut the fuck up!
They're right. Don't talk to cops. Don't talk to cops. As I literally told you, even with my Customs and Border Patrol detention fiasco, don't talk to cops. Don't ever talk to cops. Don't talk to law enforcement. They're not your friends. Don't even talk to them if you're at a fucking barbecue. But that's for separate reasons, you know, because they don't deserve any sort of they don't deserve any sort of camaraderie and friendship from you. Okay? Unless you're asking where the horses are, or yeah, I mean, I'm don't do what I'm doing. Don't do what I'm doing. Okay. When I'm on camera and I'm asking cops like, where can I piss, or where the horsies are, or whatever, like, don't follow my lead on stuff like that. Okay, don't do what I'm doing. Just do as I'm saying. I'm stupid. I'm a stupid person, and sometimes I have to pee. Nature calls. Can I see your service weapon, officer? I would like to take a look at it. Can I hold your gun? Is it okay to talk to them while tapping them on the out on the jujitsu mats? No. Hasan is white and rich. He gets some leeway with cops. We don't. Yo, speaking of being white and rich, I do have leeway with cops, but I will say this. There was some weird moments yesterday. I will say the second day, actually, at least for the duration that we were there, had less police retaliation. It wasn't like as violent and as aggro as the first day was, partially because the first day there were more numbers, and obviously pigs get very scared when there are when there's a large number of people out there, right? They get, what do we know? Cops. If you ever see a cop running, you're fucking cooked, okay? If you ever see them lining up, you're also fucking cooked. As a matter of fact, if you see cops in general, you're kind of cooked. But my point is, they fear water bottles, they fear projectiles, it scares them, they fear loud noises, and also expressions of joy. They hate expressions of joy. Anyway, they hate bright colors, they hate press, they pretty much hate everyone. The only people that I don't see them routinely brutalizing are other white supremacists. So I guess, like, you know, there is that. But here is one thing that I mean, overall, it was more tense because partially because they weren't like instantly fucking opening, and it wasn't like a constant barrage of them like pushing and then opening fire, pushing, opening fire. But instead, it was just like more tense. But one thing that I found out, or after the fact, but even though I got scoped a couple times by both the LA Sheriff's Department, but also the National Guard troops, was that they were pointing out people in the crowd. And I guess when he went and reviewed the footage, I think it's this guy California National looking right at us and pointing right at us and getting other homies to come over.
Pointing at us?
March says they're pointing at us.
Wait, like technically,
yeah, there it is.
National Guard is here.
But I can't tell if they were, you know, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they were just, maybe he's a hate watcher, or maybe he was just a HasanAbi head. Who knows? Like, there's National Guard. Maybe they recognize you and we're just starstruck. Is that HasanAbi? Yeah. You got scoped by the ABC's chopper. They pointed you out taking photos and everyone coming up to you. Wait, really? That's funny. Maybe he just wanted a photo. I don't know. TikTok was saying it was because you look like a cop in your vest, lol. Yeah, I don't think the cops thought I looked like a cop. Let me tell you, because I just don't think the cops thought that. Maybe other protesters might have thought that, but then it would have been really weird if the other protesters had thought that, would then look at all these other protesters coming up and like fucking taking photos and whatnot. But he thinks your head is small is a challenging target. Yeah.
Well, it started.
This video actually kind of goes hard. I'm not gonna lie. Me with one hand in the pocket and the motorcycle also revving right at the same moment. Like that, I don't know. Sometimes videos just hit, you know? CNN blamed the protesters when they found used rubber bullets. That's some top class reporting. I know. There's a reason why they're behind the fucking cops and we are on the side of the protesters. That is something that I wanted to explain. Like, CNN and a lot of mainstream media is there to drive home that same fucking narrative that, like, yo, these rowdy protesters are really making police work quite difficult today. Like, that is their job. That is their goal. That is what they're there to do. Okay? That is what they're there to do. The video of you crossing the bridge yesterday while getting fired at was pretty crazy. Yeah, I know. That shit was insane. This version is better. Hutch dipshit. Oh, yeah, I saw this as well. But anyway, there was a couple moments where there were definitely a couple moments where, you know, cops were being fucking, I mean, cops were always being escalatory. They were always obviously opening fire without any reason whatsoever, just because they felt like it and to initially like move people, you know. Fuck my hair up. Twitch streamer Hasan Piker is stunned by flashbang in LA riots. Twitch pundit Hasan Piker was caught up in the mayhem of LA Rise on Monday. Twitch streamer Hasan Piker was caught up in the Los Angeles Rise with footage capturing the moment he was disoriented by loud flashbangs. Hasan Piker, who lives in LA, is known for posting YouTube videos under the moniker of HasanAbi, was interrogated by border agents last month upon returning overseas with his anti-Trump political views. On Monday, photos and footage of him attending the protests were shared on social media. They're firing into the crowd now. I don't think that's fireworks, buddy. Piker is heard saying as he streamed from the scene. They're already deploying flashbangs. Not great. Look, what they're going to try to do is close down the other side of the road, he said while standing in a throng of protesters on a highway underneath a bridge. I think they're going to push from this side of the road. Oh, shit. Oh, that fucked my hair up, he adds as the loud bangs are heard. Piker continues to walk through the crowd as the loud bangs continue and fans are seen approaching him to shake his hand and take selfies. Yeah. Protesting for Gen Z has turned into a very different sport, I will say. Like, it is pretty crazy. I don't mind taking photos, you know, obviously, and it's great that like people are out there, right? And if you're out there and you're fucking Christ, the gray bars are back. If you're out there and you want a little treat on the side to get a photo, like that's fine because you're still out there, right? You're still protesting, but you know, don't overdo it. But it is wild how little people have, how little people care about their own safety and security. What is this? I saw the clip of you getting flashbang on Instagram with thousands of likes. Cool to see you reaching places I don't usually see you in. Yeah. Like, y'all need to yourselves. Okay. You're already out there. It's already like a dangerous situation. And you're just like, what's up? Can we take a photo as flashbangs are exploding? Tom Morello was present on yesterday's protest. Also, at the end of yesterday's stream, a guy took pictures of you. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I mean, I caught him doing that. Wouldn't it be better just to look and wave a chat together real quick instead of fumbling with phones and gather a screen cap later? Yeah. Anyway, but of course, as always, the people that seemingly are paid to be wrong, ironically enough, they do it for free, but they should be paid to be wrong, are constantly getting things wrong all the time. Streamer Hutch praises the restraint of LAPD and criticizes Hasan Piker for implying the police will fire on protesters as police begin firing on protesters.
Well, that's kind of what it feels like.
Okay, all right.
If that makes sense.
I just think it is it. I mean, listen, is it not kind of comical that he's been given this commentary about like, oh yeah, that's standard issue weaponry. That's usually a surefire sign that things are about to pop off, and he's been doing that for like an hour. And so far, it seems like the police.
Wait, what? That, bro, that's crazy. Ain't no way he was. Ain't no freaking way he was talking this big shit. Ain't no freaking way. Southern lion? This man is no lion, okay? Wait, he was watching my protest coverage for an hour straight, just hate watching? Are these guys all right, man? He's like, yeah, I've been watching for an hour and no one has killed him yet. What's going on? Pick up the slack, LAPD. I like that he is so, like, his perspective is so anti-me. Like, this guy's supposed to be a liberal, okay? His perspective is so anti-me that he's just decided, like, police actually don't brutalize people at all. I don't know why he's saying that.
He's been given this commentary about, like, oh yeah, that's standard issue weaponry. That's usually a surefire sign that things are about to pop off.
Also, half of the things that I was saying was, like, memes. Like, I don't think, like, you know, when I say cops, like, loud noises scare them. Anyway,
like
let's watch.
Like an hour, and so far it seems like the police are showing restraint. Like, they're not advancing. They issued a dispersal order and they haven't advanced. Oh yeah, no, they use that technology in Colombia. To oh, okay.
It started.
Oh, fuck me, right?
Yeah, fuck you, actually. Yeah, fuck yourself. I love that this guy is so consistently wrong. It's so funny. Brother, make up your own fucking mind. You can, like, if you position your whole shtick as being against me while simultaneously claiming that you're a fucking libtard, you're all, and you're going to be wrong in the direction of conservatism to a degree where, like, other liberals are probably going to look at you and go, I don't really fuck with you, man. You're constantly saying shit that is wrong and also kind of conservative. These guys refuse to develop their own political perspectives. And basically, they refuse to develop their own political perspectives and basically decide that, like, their whole thing is like whatever I'm saying, they're gonna say the opposite. Leftists hating other leftists more than right wingers. Who is surprised? He's not a leftist, man. These guys are just like they're grifters. Okay. Speaking of grifters, this one is a liberal grifter.